Hi Williams class. For today's computing lesson, we are going to be learning about how to access Teams, Microsoft Teams. Now, the reason why we're doing this is so we can be prepared to go onto that for any lessons that we might have together whilst we are staying at home. Here is how we are going to go onto Teams. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure that you can go onto Google. Now you can use any search engine, you can use Safari, Google Chrome, Firefox, whatever you use, but you just need to get onto Google. Once you get onto Google, you are going to type in Microsoft Teams. Oh dear, I've made a mistake. There we go, Microsoft Teams. Then you press enter, and as soon as you press enter, normally is the first link that comes up. You're going to click on that. It says Microsoft Teams. You give it a little click, and then wait for it to load. This is what you should see next. Now it says you can either sign up for free or sign in. We are going to sign in because we should all have our logins ready to use. Now, the way that you log in is by entering your email address. So I'm just going to show you how mine looks. Now, the way that your email address is laid out is your first name comes first, then you put a dot, a little full stop, then you put your surname at langleyacademyprimary.org. If you need some help spelling that, you are more than welcome to ask an adult to help spell it for you. So this is my email address, my first name, full stop or a little dot, my surname, Gulzar, at langleyacademyprimary.org. You then click on next, and this is when you then enter your password, which should be super, super secret. Nobody should know it except for you and your adult. Once you have entered in your password, you click on the button sign in, just like that. And then I'm just going to press no really quickly. And then as it loads and starts up, you should be able to see this next. So I'm going to choose the web app instead, which is what I suggest you do as well. And then what you're going to see is this little window here called 2020 TLAP Williams. You won't see this, so you give that a click. And once you give it a click, then you should see a post that I have written for you to see for today as well, but also these little tabs here. So you have one for posts, which is where you can write your comments and you can talk to one another. There are files that you can upload, class notebook, which is where you can take notes, assignments that have been given to you, and any grades. We can communicate really, really well using this platform, Microsoft Teams. Now, I must make you aware that while you are using Microsoft Teams and while you're using the internet in general, it is very, very important to stay safe. Now, the very, very basic ways to stay safe and the very important way of staying safe is to never talk to someone online that you don't know. So that obviously means strangers. That could be anyone online and you have no idea who it is. So it's very, very important to just not talk to them at all. When it comes to using Microsoft Teams, you must remember when you do sign in and when we are in a lesson together, you need to keep your camera off and you also need to keep your microphone muted. So those are the top two things. Camera has to be off and microphone has to be muted. There are buttons available to do that. I believe the one to turn your camera off is stop camera, and the one to mute yourself, it says mute. So once you find those buttons, you can just make sure that you have done that when you join. I will have my camera off as well because it's just about internet safety and it's about being as safe as possible. So I'll be doing it as well as you. Obviously, when you are sharing ideas, you will then turn your microphone on so the rest of William's class can hear you and so I can hear you as well. But it's just a case of when you're not talking and when you're meant to be listening, the camera and the microphone both are not in use. And that's about it when it comes to Microsoft Teams. Hopefully, we're all feeling a lot better about how to use it so that when we do get around to using it, we know what to do. That's all from me for now. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.